writing code is no longer the hardest part of software development. For decades, developers have been evaluated on how well they could translate ideas into syntax. But AI is rapidly changing that equation. We're entering a new era where generating code is becoming a commodity, and the real challenge is ensuring that code actually solves the right problem. This shift is giving rise to a new discipline, Agentic Engineering. Instead of spending most of our time writing code line by line, we'll spend more time defining intent, verifying outcomes, managing context, and orchestrating AI agents. This isn't the end of software engineering. It's the beginning of a new version of it. Let's look at how software development has evolved over time. In the early days, developers manually wrote almost everything. Then came libraries and frameworks, reducing repetitive work. Cloud platforms abstracted infrastructure. Code assistants like GitHub Copilot accelerated coding even further. And now, we're entering the age of AI agents. These systems don't just autocomplete code. They can reason, plan, execute tasks, and even collaborate. The pattern is clear. Every major shift in software engineering moves developers further away from implementation details and closer to intent, architecture, and judgment. The better the abstraction becomes, the more valuable higher-level thinking becomes. Here's a surprising reality about AI-generated code. Getting code generated is relatively easy. Getting code verified is hard. Many teams see impressive productivity gains initially. Development speed shoots up, but then something happens. Bugs appear, edge cases emerge, incorrect assumptions slip into production. And suddenly, teams realize that generating code was only 20% of the challenge. The remaining 80% is verification, testing, validation, understanding whether the generated solution is actually correct. This is the verification gap, and it's where most AI-assisted development struggles today. Let's compare two approaches. On one side, we have what's commonly called vibe coding. You write a prompt, AI generates code, and you trust the output. It feels magical, until it isn't. On the other side is Agentic Engineering. Here, AI isn't treated as an oracle. It's treated as a collaborator. Every output is verified. Every assumption is challenged. Every change is tested. The key difference isn't how much AI you use. It's how much confidence you have in the result. Agentic engineering creates systems where trust comes from evidence, not optimism. Think of software development like a factory. Traditionally, developers were the workers assembling products by hand. In the AI era, developers become factory designers. Instead of manually producing every piece of code, we design processes that generate, verify, and improve software automatically. The factory floor contains planning agents, coding agents, testing agents, and verification systems. Code flows through multiple checkpoints before reaching production. If verification fails, the system loops back and improves itself. The goal is no longer writing code. The goal is designing reliable systems that produce correct code. Many people think an AI agent is just a language model. In reality, the language model is only one small part of the system. A production-grade agent includes memory, tools, planning capabilities, execution frameworks, feedback loops, and verification mechanisms. Think of the LLM as the brain. Everything else, the tools, context, workflows, and guardrails, forms the body. In fact, most of the engineering effort goes into the harness surrounding the model. That's why successful AI systems aren't built by choosing the best model alone. They're built by designing the best system around that model. Prompt engineering got all the attention. Context engineering is where the real value lies. An AI agent can only make decisions based on the information available to it. If context is incomplete, outdated, or inaccurate, the output will be too. Context engineering is the practice of providing the right information at the right time in the right format. That includes documentation, code bases, architecture diagrams, business rules, historical decisions, and runtime information. The future developer isn't just someone who writes code. They're someone who designs information systems that enable AI to reason effectively. The software development lifecycle is being transformed. Traditionally, requirements, design, implementation, testing, and review were mostly human-driven activities. With AI, implementation becomes dramatically faster. Testing becomes partially automated. Design iterations accelerate. Code reviews become more intelligent. But here's the interesting part. AI doesn't eliminate the SDLC. It changes where effort is spent. Humans move upward toward problem definition, architecture, trade-off analysis, and governance. AI handles more of the execution. The workflow stays. The balance shifts. The role of a developer is evolving from builder to conductor. In the past, success depended on how much code you personally wrote. In the future, success depends on how effectively you coordinate humans, AI agents, systems, and workflows. You'll spend less time implementing, more time designing, less time typing, more time evaluating, less time coding solutions, more time defining problems. The highest leverage engineers will be those who can orchestrate complex systems and guide AI toward the right outcomes. Let's talk economics. Traditional software development requires significant upfront investment in human effort. AI changes the equation. The cost of generating code keeps dropping, but the cost of poor verification remains high. This creates a new trade-off. Organizations that invest in robust verification systems gain sustainable productivity improvements. Organizations focused only on generation often accumulate technical debt faster than ever before. The biggest opportunity isn't generating more code. It's generating trustworthy code. That's where the long-term value lives. So how do you begin? For developers, start by treating AI as a collaborator rather than a code generator. Build workflows around testing and validation. Learn context engineering. For leaders, focus on creating repeatable AI-assisted development processes. Measure outcomes, not prompt quality. And for organizations, invest in documentation, standards, knowledge systems, and verification pipelines. The companies that win won't necessarily have the best models. They'll have the best systems around those models. Let's end with the most important idea. Code generation is becoming solved. Anyone can generate code. What remains valuable is judgment, verification, direction, context, architecture, and decision-making. The future software engineer isn't replaced by AI. They're amplified by it. The engineers who thrive will be the ones who learn to guide intelligent systems rather than compete with them. Welcome to the age of agentic engineering.